Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappinkaty.ctmh.com, and I am bringing you a two-page layout using the Everyday Life key from the Everyday Moments Cricut collection exclusively through Close to My Heart. So this particular layout is going to be exactly as it was designed, and you can see the two-page layout here on my project on my iPad, and I'm just going to put that off to the side. I like to keep it off to the side to reference when I start putting my layout together. I have already pre-cut everything and put them in piles. So I've got all the circular pieces, the border pieces, the title pieces, the floral pieces, as well as the photo mats. Now, the way this particular layout was designed, everything gets adhered to pre-cut bases. So here is a look at the bases. You've got the left side and the right side, and everything gets adhered to the back side of these base pages. So I'm going to start with the left side and start adhering everything down. So again, working from the back side of this cutout, I'm going to lay all those circular pieces out. Now keep in mind, I do have my iPad for reference, so I am just looking at the colors and making sure that I have them where they need to go. So I've done that, so I am going to start adhering everything down with liquid glass. So these colorful cardstocks are cut a little bit larger than the cutout. Even though that is so, I felt that applying liquid glass to all the sides just created too much leakage on the front. So I only applied adhesive on the ends. In doing that, I did create a lot of, it just really wasn't stable. So I am adding some washi tape here across the long edges of those half circles. You could also adhere down to a sheet of cardstock, which I ended up doing in the end, just to add more stability. So if you are a follower of mine, you know that I love to lay out all the pieces of my layout before I actually commit to where they're going to be adhered down. So again, for this layout, I am doing almost exactly like it is shown on the key. And then I'm going to add some shimmer to these floral pieces. So for this mint flower, I added mint shimmer brush to that base piece. And then for all these leaf cutouts, I'm just adding clear shimmer brush in between the cutouts since those are already assembled. You will not be able to see that here, but you will be able to see that in the still shots at the end of this video. So I did end up rotating that circle a little bit. Those darker pieces are actually peacock. It's a real pretty blue. It does look really dark here on this video, but I just felt like the dark was better at the bottom of the layout. So I did rotate that, and then I'm just going to start adhering everything down. That larger photo mat, I did only add adhesive in the center of it so I can kind of tuck things behind it as I start to assemble the page. So I'm going to just pull that up and then line it up with that wave border, and then add some 3D foam tape to this top pennant, just to kind of add some dimension. Now I envision a date or something going right there. And then I'm going to start tucking down those pieces, as well as add 3D foam tape to that small photo well. Now I love that these photo mats have some decorative elements as well. You can see that scalloped border on that small one, and then there will be a larger scalloped photo mat on the right. So for these leaves, I'm just using liquid glass. And now I did not use any adhesive on the ends of those leaves, so they could kind of come up and add more dimension. So for the right layout, again, I'm building it from the back with liquid glass and washi tape. And then I'm going to start playing with all the elements on this page. Now this envelope has a pull out that can be for journaling or an additional photo. And then I am going to start adhering down these larger pieces. So there is that scalloped photo mat I told you about. And then I'm going to add liquid adhesive to the centers of these letters. So make sure you do not throw those away. Even though blocked letters are really popular and trendy right now, I really liked it once I added those in there. And liquid adhesive is the best, so you can kind of have some wiggle room once you put it down on the layout. So as far as this life goes, I am fixing it here as it is shown in the photo. And it's really weird because on the photo, you can definitely tell that it says life, but when you have it adhered down, you really can't so much. So stick around to the end of this video and I'm going to show you what I did to fix this portion of the title. So I'm just going to adhere this little envelope down. Now I did kind of add it catty corner just to kind of add some interest. And for this flower, I'm going to add some of our 3D foam circles to the center of that, as well as to the back to really give it some dimension and adhere it down. Again, those leaves are going to be adhered with liquid adhesive. Now for this heart, I did want to really add dimension, plus it had to go over that flower that also had dimension. So I'm just doubling up some of those 3D foam squares from the shaker window foam and acetate. I did decide to, instead of using the holes for that heart to thread anything through, I just decided to tie a bow and add it with glue dots. Now, because there is a bow on the right, I wanted to also mimic that on the left layout. So I've brought that back in and tied another ribbon, and I'm going to add that down there. So as far as this ampersand symbol goes, I originally wasn't going to use it. I just felt like it just stuck out there, but I went ahead and adhered it down because I really liked the way it looked against that bow. And then I'll probably add another portion to that left layout to add to the title. So here is a look at the layout. Again, I am going to play with this portion of the title. So I have gone ahead and I have recut the life out of the linen cardstock as well as the peacock cardstock. And here I am just taking my Cricut spatula and I am delicately trying to remove this from the layout base. Again, keep in mind that this word is very delicate. I do end up tearing a portion of the E, but it's very fixable. And I was really surprised that I was able to get in to those little bitty small spaces. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. These little small spaces and get that title off so I could rebuild it. So again, I'm just going to kind of clean up that little space and then add liquid glass and adhere that broken E back on there. So now that that's adhered down, I'm going to take my liquid glass and again, apply a thin bead all around the edge. And then again, working from the back side, put that peacock cardstock down on there, really press down. And then I'm going to build my title. So what I did this go round is I recut it with linen cardstock, but I saved all my mom calls them innards, so I'm going to call them innards. I saved all the innards to this title and I am just applying liquid glass and adhering those down. Again, this isn't how it was intended. I just felt like it really pops by doing this. So there is a look at the layout exactly as it is shown. Close to My Heart really knocked it out of the park with this Cricut collection. The colors of the cardstocks, the designs, all the elements, just really gorgeous. Again, I will post a link to my Design Space file below as well as my Cricut affiliate link so you can go grab the Everyday Moments Cricut collection and you can start creating your own wonderful projects. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Please subscribe and sign up for notifications so you'll be notified the next time I post a scrappy video. And don't forget to watch the reimagined layout using this same key